Cruel is the Light by Sophie Clark is a romantasy story that takes place in a post-apocalyptic Europe where the Vatican's military and demons are at war. Our main characters are Celine, an elite exorcist, and Jules, a soldier in the Vatican's military. And they cross paths when Baliel attacks a village and orphanage where Jules was raised and born. And he's returned to these areas looking for information on his birth and his origins. After a battle with Baliel, Celine takes Jules back to the Vatican with her so he can use the libraries at the Vatican to search for more information. And they do so by passing him off as Elliot, her former fiance, who's been in exile for years. And I would really like to tell you more about the plot in this book, but there's not much to be found here. The main plot points of this book are who is Jules Lacroix, and what kind of corruption is the Vatican up to. Most of this book focuses on the relationship between the two characters, so let's get into that. Celine and Jules, I was not vibing with their chemistry. This is one of those books where the chemistry is just because they're hot and in the same place at the same time. And for some reason that should equal chemistry, but it does not. What I do really like about this book is the action sequences. There are a lot of cool fights and battles, and it was giving me Constantine vibes. It was giving me Gabriel. If you've never seen that movie, watch that movie. Gabriel vibes, supernatural vibes, and I was really digging that part. I love stories with angels and demons, so for this book it should have been sign me up, but that's not really what was delivered. In my opinion, this book is more of a plain Jane romantasy. Through most of this book, not much happens, just kind of the tropes are there to fill it in until the very end, which was pretty good and redeemed this book just a little bit. And that's really a shame, because this book has a really interesting world at its core. It has some interesting magic, but neither of those are fully fleshed out or explored. And that's not the only thing not fleshed out or explored in this book. There is a twin sibling for Celine that's in exile that we never really learn anything about. He doesn't come up. The leader of the demon army is a half-demon Anastasia Romanoff, and that doesn't really go anywhere. And maybe those things get explored in the second book. This is the first in a duology, but I'm not sure I'm willing to read it to find out. I rated Cruel is the Light 2.75 stars. If not for the great ending, it really would have been lower. With that in mind though, I think if you are a romantasy reader, you might enjoy this book more than I did. It has enemies to lovers, a fake engagement, a smexy fight scene, it has a ball for no reason, a one bed trope, all that's in here for you. I will warn you though, even though this is advertised as a young adult book, I got it in a Fairy Loot young adult box. It is more new adult as there is a spicy scene in here, so keep that in mind. If you're looking to give something to younger readers, this might not be it. Just something else worth mentioning is that this book is a dual POV between Jules and Celine, but it can be a little bit lost in translation in this book because it doesn't clearly state whose point of view you're following. You might have to reread a bit, but I found listening to the audiobook really helped that because it is a dual cast, so if you can listen to this on audiobook, I would recommend it doing it that way. But can I take a moment just to share how absolutely gorgeous this book is? It's even prettier under the cover. Do we keep super mid books because they are beautiful? Because I think that's the case here. Ugh. I don't know if I could get rid of this. Like, I love this cover so much. Do you keep mid books? Let me know. Like, subscribe, and follow for more book reviews.